High-strung 600s or insane overkill 1000s. Those are your two options when it comes to buying a supersport motorcycle. With the exception of Suzuki, all of the Japanese manufacturers have a 600cc supersport bike and a 1000cc supersport bike. But what if Honda, Yamaha, and Kawasaki decided to match Suzuki and also got in on the 750 class? Yes, a CBR600RR, an R7, and a ZX-7R. Well, one thing's for certain. If that were to happen, we'd finally be comparing apples to apples, and the competition would look very similar to how the current 600cc class competes, but with slightly bigger engines. Be that as it may, is a 750 class really necessary? In order for me to answer that, we're going to have to compare the Gixxer 750 to the Gixxer 600. Now first and foremost, the specs are right here on the screen. As you can see, the Gixxer 750 is extremely similar to the 600. It has the same brakes, same chassis dimensions, same bodywork, same fuel capacity, same seat height. The only real difference is a slightly different suspension setup and an extra 7 pounds curb weight for the 750, and of course the extra 151 cc's of engine displacement, which is a net result of 147 brake horsepower, compared to the smaller 600, which only makes about 125 brake horsepower. So the 750 has a 20 horsepower advantage and only a 7 pound disadvantage. But what do these numbers really mean anyway? Well, the 750 has a higher top speed, a quicker 0 to 60 time, more horsepower and torque everywhere throughout the rev range, and it's pretty much just as light and agile as the 600 with the similar dimensions, weight, and suspension. And with a price difference of just $1,100, it makes you wonder, why would you even buy a 600? Well, here's where I have to explain this because a surprising number of people don't know it. But the reason why there is a 600cc class and a 1000cc class is because that's what the AMA Superbike and World Superbike rules call for. You see, currently there is no 750cc race class, so most of the manufacturers don't bother designing a race bike for the street that isn't also being raced. But then why does Suzuki continue to make a 750 and the others don't? Unfortunately, I don't exactly know what's going on in Suzuki's mind where they continue to make the 750, but I can speculate and say that Suzuki just has a niche in the market that allows them to sell a lot of the 750s to turn a profit. The Gixxer 750 started its debut in 1985 with the very first Gixxer 750, which looks something like this. Yeah, it didn't age very well. Honda challenged the GXR 750 with their own VFR 750, which is our beloved V4 750cc bike. And there was the Yamaha FZ750, which was an inline-4 750cc just like the Gixxer, and finally there was the Kawasaki with the ZX-7R, which came out in 1989. But wait, that's a little late to compete with the other bikes. They must have used the GPZ750 non-turbo model to compete with the earlier years, and then they switched to the ZX-7 at some point. Either way, as we know it now, all the other bikes are gone except for the Gixxer 750, which has been evolving alongside the Gixxer 600 and the Gixxer 1000 for over 30 years. As a consumer, I'd have a really difficult time choosing a Gixxer 600 over a Gixxer 750. In my opinion, the 750 has a much more street-friendly power band thanks to its lower-end torque, and because it's so similar to the 600 size, you're really not getting much when you go for the 600. It's just as flickable and light as the 600. If I wanted a Gixxer and I wanted to buy brand new, then there is pretty much no chance that I'd buy the 600 over the 750. And I think this is part of the reason why the other manufacturers are not creating a 750 supersport bike. I'm not 100% positive of the current World Superbike rules, but I do believe that because of the homologation rules that are in place, it requires manufacturers to sell a certain number of units for the respected street bike that's based off of their race bike. Introducing a 750cc supersport may harm their 600 sales and actually end up disqualifying them. Is it a long stretch? Yeah, I'd say so, and somehow Suzuki has been doing fine with selling their 600 despite the 750s being priced so closely. But who knows why that is? That could be attributed to availability and ignorance of the consumer's part, who may just want the cheapest supersport money can buy and don't really care about performance, although I really have no idea. Either way, we all know that the supersport class is slowly dying off. Sales figures have been dipping down lower than ever in the most recent years, which is why we're starting to see less updated supersport models, which is why all the 600s haven't really been updated. I mean, even the R6 and CBR600RR are still using the same engines from the mid-2000s. Also, there is a rise of the naked bikes in popularity, which is because the consumer no longer wants an uncomfortable, high-revving sport bike for the street, and sales numbers prove that. So I really doubt that any of the manufacturers will dump any R&D into the 750 class. Suzuki has theirs and it's been mostly untouched for the last 7 years. As a consumer, I love the idea of a 750, but unless the AMA rules change allowing for a 750cc class, then I seriously doubt we'll ever see that class come to fruition. Anyway guys, I'm gonna wrap this up and just say that I think the 750 class would do well sales wise, but it would definitely hurt the 600 class. What do you guys think? Would you love to see other 750 super sports? And would you consider one over a leader bike? I'd love to know what you guys all think in the comment section below. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you all have a great day. Take care and bye bye.